Hello, welcome back to math. We're still here. Now we're going to be on your homework tonight is 741 and 742, lesson 6, multiplying fractions, which we've already done. That's all we're doing. When you multiply fractions, what do? You multiply the top, you multiply the bottom, you simplify. That's all it is. Multiply the top, multiply the bottom, simplify. Let's look at it, shall we? Let's look at example number 1. Oh, they do this thing. Oh, good. Franco ate some pizza. Fractions and pizza. Fractions and pizza. 2/3 of a pizza is left. Deandra ate 3/4 of the leftover pizza. How much of a whole pizza did Deandra eat? Why are people obsessed with tracking how much food other people eat? I don't understand. So we're going to find 3/4 of 2/3, right? Because there was 2/3 left. She ate 3/4 of that 2/3. They're just trying, whatever. Multiplied. We're going to multiply 3/4 times 2/3. Look down there. They give you two different ways to do it. Multiply first, then simplify. 3 times 2 on top, and the bottom, 4 times 3 equals 6/12. Oh, 6/12. We can recognize, we don't even need to simplify. You know how to simplify that just by looking at it, right? 1/2. 6/12. 6 is half of 12. What other halves are there? 3/6, 4/8, 5/10, 6/12, 7/14, 8/16. 5,000, 10,000, 2 million, 4 millions. They're all a half. Anytime the number on top is half of the bottom, it's a half. Easy, 1/2. 1 is half of 2. So, all right, so that's the first way to do it. You multiply it. That's the simplest way to do it. Another way, it says next to it, is simplifying first. 3/4 times 2/3. What do you have on the top and on the bottom that's exactly the same? You have a 3 on the top and the bottom. It's exactly the same. You can get rid of those. They simplify even a little bit more. They simplify a little bit more. Let's just stop here and simplify it like this, because we got rid of the easy ones. We got rid of the 3s. So now you have a 2 on top, 4 on the bottom, and of course we know that 2/4 is the same as 1/2. There's another way. You can simplify it even more. I know that it's the same thing. They're even, right? 2 and 4. You could divide them both by 2. Let's leave it like that. This is all you need to do. Don't do all the extra simplification. We'll look at those when we get to more, but in this one it doesn't really make any sense. But the 3s, get rid of the 3s. Do less work. If the number is the same on the top and on the bottom, you can get rid of it because it's multiplication. You can get rid of it. It's not going to affect things because it's going to change it into a 1. 3 on top of a 3 is a 1. All right, let's turn the page with the next page here. Example 2, find the area of a rectangle with a length of 3 inches and a width of 5/9 inches. So, one way, tile the rectangle as part of a unit square. We're not going to do that. We haven't been doing that in this class, and we're not going to start now. Multiply. It's easy to know how to do the math. What are we going to multiply? We're going to multiply 3/4 times 5/9. Can we simplify easily? Not really. There's no number on top that's the same as the number on the bottom. And let's just leave it at that. For right now, let's just leave it like that. We're not going to simplify. Let's just multiply. 3 times 5, 15. 4 times 9, 36. Do we have to simplify? Yes, we do. I know that both those numbers are divisible by 3. Why do I know that? Well, this one, I multiplied 3 times 5 to get it, so I know we can divide it by 3. And this one, I multiplied by 9, which is also divisible by 3. I know you can both be divided by 3. So what do we get? 15 divided by 3 is 5. 36 divided by 3 is 12. 5 12s. 12s are another one of those. You should like have that in your head. Multiples of 12. Because when you go out and buy eggs in your life, you're going to need to know, I need 36 eggs. 12, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108. 108's tricky. 120, of course. 12 times 10, 120. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. I messed up. Did I mess up? 96? No. 108, 120. I did okay. Practice that. With that, walk around the house. Drive your cat crazy by doing the 12 multiples for your cat. They hate that. Cats hate that. All right, guided practice. Bottom of page 740. Find 1/7 times 1/2. Write in simplest form. Oh, that's going to be a really easy. That's simple. We're not going to simplify this. I know already we're not going to simplify this. 1/7 times 1/2. Y'all got it? I don't have to do this, right? You know it. What's 1 times 1? 7 times 2? 14. 1 on the top, 14 on the bottom. Do we have to simplify? Oh, that's going to be hard to write that for. Have we had to simplify? No, of course not. There's only a 1 on the top. You don't have to simplify. You're done. All right. You guys' homework for tonight is pages 741 and 742. On 741, you do not, on 741 here, you don't have to shade those for me. Just multiply them. Just do the math. It's easier if you just do the math. What's the first one? 5, 6 times 3/4. 5 times 3 is 15. On the bottom, 6 times 4 is 24. You're going to have to simplify that. They both can be divided by 3. Second one, 3/10 times 5/6. 3 times 5 is 15. They love those 15s. On the bottom, 10 times 6, 60. Simplify. Last one, 3/4 times 2/7. 3 times 2 is 6. On the bottom, 4 times 7 is 28. They're both even. Simplify. Trick is just like lots of simplification and multiplication. But whatever. Simplification, multiplication. All right, the rest of them. I'm going to let you guys do the rest of them. Number 5, 3/5 times 5/6. Ooh, that one. That one you can get rid of those 5s, right? Number 5, 3/5 times 5/6. You have a 5 on top. You have a 5 on the bottom. Scratch them off. It's going to give you 3/6. 3/6 is the same as 1/2. 1/2, 2/4, 3/6, 4/8, 5/10. They're all a half. So do the rest of those. Find the unknown. I'm looking at these. Okay, this section is just multiplying. Multiply the top. Multiply the bottom. Simplify. That's it. Algebra, where you're trying to find out the answer is. They're just trying to trick you. It's not really algebra, but they're trying to make you not afraid of algebra. Don't be afraid of algebra. It's okay. It's okay. Do those too. Let's turn the page, see what the next page looks like. Problem solving. Find the area of the rectangle shown. How do you find an area of a rectangle? You multiply one side by the other side, right? And this one you have to multiply 1/2 times 7/10. Multiply 1/2 times 7/10. Pretty darn easy. No, yeah, you don't even have to simplify that one. Number 15, that looks complicated. Refer to example 1. Complete the steps to show how 3/4 times 2/3 can also be found using properties and equivalent fractions. Oh, okay. What they're trying to this is how can you simplify before you start the question? How do you get rid of that? Like in the earlier, we had the question 3/5 times 5/6. So we had a 5 on the top, 5 at the bottom. You got rid of the 5s. It's the same thing. Where did I put it? Where did my sheet go? Back here. 3/4 times 2/3. Oh, it's the very same one here. We could cross off the 3, and the 3 turns into a 1, right? 3 divided by 3 is 1. Fractions are just division. Top is divided by the bottom. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you can just don't have to worry about multiplying, because anything multiplied by 1 is 1. So that's just yeah. Do that one. Don't sweat that one too much. Number 16, write a real-world problem that describes the model. Boy. I look at that and I have no idea what to do, to tell you the truth. How many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. This one here. Number 16. Number 16, you got how many boxes? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 is shaded. 1/16. Omar goes to a party, and there is with 15 other people, so 16 people go. There's a cupcake for every person. I don't know. Don't worry about this question. I don't like this question. Ignore this question. Number 17. How can I multiply fractions? That's a good question. Include an example and use a model to find the solution. How can I? All right. For this one, here's what you have to do for number 17. How can I multiply fractions? Write down any 2 fractions that you want to. Any 2 you want to. Multiply them together. Give me the answer. Put your answer in the comments below. What the heck? Let's try that. Put your answer in the comments below. All right. That's it. That's your homework for tonight. I'll check in tomorrow. We'll go over all the answers together. Do the work. Remember, it's not getting the right answer. It's knowing how to get the right answer. Everyone always makes mistakes. I made a mistake earlier in this video. You saw it happen live, in person. Everyone makes mistakes. But if you know how to do it, then you're set for life. And then you'll have a lot less work to do. Trust me. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. Oops.